You know, during the breaks on the TV feed, we put Infowars.com up. We put up PrisonPlanet.com, some of the other websites, our Twitter, Real Alex Jones, Facebook and things. And I'll be looking at the images from the news, and I know what the Al-Qaeda, Bin Laden Brigade, and different jihadi flags are. The black flags, what they say in Arabic. I've learned the flag of my enemy, as anybody with half a brain would do. And it's so offensive when I'm watching CNN or whatever to see all these flags everywhere, and then to have Kerry going, oh, there's no Al-Qaeda. Remember last week in the House hearing, there's no Al-Qaeda. And then Putin starts laughing at him going, what an incredible liar. And it really is embarrassing for my country. And I think it's embarrassing for Israel, too. And it's very embarrassing to people that have not been anti-Israel. You can debate whether it was good to found Israel or what's happened since or some of the colonial policies and things like that. But I don't hate Israel. And I've had friends and family that have been to Israel and said the people are really nice. And they've gone to some of the other countries and they say it's not nice. I mean, my whole deal is I'm not into the religion of hating Israel. But, man, it makes it really hard to just mildly criticize Israel. And then to have, you know, the ADL, groups like that say, oh, Jones must be anti-Semitic. And, you know, to see the media, it's anti-Semitic if you don't turn your guns in. To see people's goodwill used by the collectivist lobbies out there and AIPAC and others to not just try to take people's rights in the Middle East away, but try to take mine away. I guess to secure the political rear guard for Israel firsters. Well, I'm not for Israel first. I am for the Bill of Rights and Constitution and the Second Amendment. But at the same time, I don't support Iran saying blow up Israel. See, once things get radicalized, everybody thinks they can act however they want. I don't want to attack Syria, but it doesn't mean I'm anti-Israel. It means I'm pro-justice and pro-peace. And I talked about this, some of this in the last hour. It's a moral way for people to feel superior, to say, well, you don't want to turn your guns in, you're anti-black. You say, what does that have to do with being anti-black? Actually, the Klan was anti-black owning guns, and the NRA was set up to train blacks how to use guns. And they go, shut up, cracker. You see that with the Fox Sports guy and others. Because the people saying it know it's not true. That's a weapon for them. It's like, doesn't matter, I got the race bomb here. I'm going to use this on you. And that's who's really sick, is the people that use all this division to control people. And for those of us that are informed, it's completely evident what's happening. It's absolutely evident what's happening. And the globalists are deindustrializing. They use weapons inspections to wreck all the factories, to basically bring in Agenda 21 in Iraq and in places like Libya, where they're not even allowed, again, to have chlorine for their water supply. They're not allowed to have any civilization because it can be used for weapons. I mean, that's what the globalists want, including everybody in the West. Everyone is going to be deindustrialized. Everyone is going to be put back in the Stone Age to be controlled. And then Obama and the globalists and the robber barons, they're going to fly around in their jet copters and their Air Force Ones and their red carpets like gods above us. And they're going to get the life extension technologies. And then they don't put movies out explaining that the globalists are using collectivism selectively enforced to create an Elysium-type society. They sell the idea that collectivism and government-run healthcare will give you access to Elysium, the golden fields of the gods. The golden fields of the gods, space, and humanity being unleashed. But the globalists don't want that. They want dark ages. They are enemies of the Renaissance. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Now you can watch Alex Jones live at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
You can also browse the network, the Infowars Nightly News,
and over 60 movies and documentaries all together in one place.
You can watch the Alex Jones radio show live as it happened.
So check it out, Infowars.com/show.
we have the amazingly good news that Assad and the Syrian government has agreed to have the Russians oversee the chemical weapons officially and to have the world government in the UN to see that they're dismantled. Now, in a way, that's bad news. Another sovereign country will then have its weapons taken. They'll continue to inject Al-Qaeda forces in and probably stage chemical weapons later and say Assad did it. Just like they had Saddam give up all his weapons and then still set him up, lied about weapons, and came in. So they get you to give the weapons up so you can't defend yourself, then they come in and take you out later. But at least it looks like they're not doing it now. And they've got the 6 Russian ships and a couple Chinese ships and a whole bunch of NATO and U.S. ships all facing off against each other. So it is really good news to de-escalate this. And now we can start moving that DEFCON down a little bit. Because I'd say, you know, if I had a real DEFCON, they're saying it's been a DEFCON 5 or 4. 1 is nuclear war. I'd say the real DEFCON's been about 3 or 2. I mean, it's been really bad, Cuban Missile Crisis level type stuff. And just thank God things are going in a good direction right now. We need to now have public pressure to not have the West train Al-Qaeda rebels, al-Nusra and others, out of 4 countries surrounding beleaguered and bedraggled Syria. It is extremely immoral that for almost 3 years they've been injecting Al-Qaeda, that's the main force, into the country. And they are, I mean, I have articles up on Infowars.com and the videos where the Al-Qaeda forces are all flying the black flag. Now, folks, you know what the black flag means. You go back thousands of years ago, it varied, but the black flag meant no quarter. It's the opposite of the white flag. And so they started putting skull and crossbones or daggers or the image of blood dripping to mean we're not just going to kill everybody when we take your ship if you don't give up right now. We're going to torture everyone. That's what skulls on your uniform means, that historically. The plague is a purple flag with a black spot on it. It varies, but the point is that when you see Al-Qaeda that has black flags and then says in Arabic what brigade they're part of, I mean, it's Bin Laden Brigade 1, Bin Laden Brigade, you know, Bin Laden Forever Brigade this. There are scores of different brigades. And I've gone and looked up, because they have online military sites that show what the different flags are. And the flags, when they have crossed swords on it, basically say, we are going to kill everyone. Convert or die. And they're going into Catholic villages and Orthodox Christian villages in Syria right now. This is happening yesterday and today. And you'll have hundreds killed in one village. You'll have a village of 23. One person gets out. Some of them are shooting video, and they come in on loudspeaker, and they say, come out. And then they say, convert. And even when people convert, they say, I don't believe it, and chop children up, their feet first, their arms, and then their head. And those articles are on Infowars.com. That's Spanish news. That's Dutch news, German news, Italian news. Precious little girls dismembered while they're still alive by Obama's psychopathic Syrian rebels. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you can go find the videos. We've got links to the sites that have them. We're not putting them on our site. You watch kids getting chopped up by people in Al-Qaeda uniforms with Al-Qaeda patches, and you look at how sick these guys are in the eyes, and I tell you, our government is so evil. And then I've seen neocons and also liberals on neocon, but mainly liberal sites. I'm not going to plug them. You can go find them. Just type my name into news, and you'll find the articles attacking me. And they're going, hey, tinfoil head, big deal, we have abortion. So what if they're killing kids? That's pretty much a paraphrase quote I read this morning. You can go to people's profiles and stuff on YouTube. These are real people. They're the minority of the military, but they're like, hey, you poofer, so you like Assad. So people are going to get killed taking out his Islamic filth. And there's comments like, oh, you right-winger Republicans don't like what Obama's doing. He's fixing things. And it's just like, wow, wow. And then this argument of, oh, so what? To see them do this to the people. And I have empathy for little Muslim children, for Zoroaster children that predate Christianity. the Alawites. And, I mean, they are killing them. They are shelling their villages. And then the videos, they come in, they're flying black flags. And, of course, if you don't know what basic heraldry is or basic naval communication or basic tower communication, I mean, it's different in different cultures, but it's basically the same. The black flag says we're going to kill everybody, no quarter. And then it says in Arabic different things. But you will convert or die. And it's got the swords crossed. We're going to chop your head off. And, of course, they say everyone's animals, so they rape the women, they rape the children, they torture the fathers, they make the fathers car bomb, or they'll kill their families. And this is all going on. And I've got to look at Obama up there and the weirdo so-called left media that if I say I don't want to turn my guns in, I'm a racist, when they're just using that as a weapon. It makes me disgusted. And I'll tell you this, God bless our military that is finally completely waking up and going public. And we even had one of the guys on that did the Facebook and the Twitter saying he will not work for Al-Qaeda. He will not be Al-Qaeda's, military, boots on the ground. Remember 2 weeks ago, the media said our stories weren't true. They said they were fake. Of course, now CNN saying and MSNBC, let's arrest some of these people. These are real. We can't have them refuse to help Al-Qaeda chop little 5-year-old girls' heads off after they rape them. I mean, what's America going to do if we don't let Al-Qaeda murder children? And the sickest thing is the phone calls to the office and the emails of people going, Alex, I've liked you for years, but you're being anti-Semitic because you're against elements in Israel supporting this. I'm against the U.S. doing it. I'm against Germany being involved, France, England, the U.S., Israel. I mean, I just morally look at something, and I don't look at what color somebody is or what religious background they've got. And people need to stop thinking like gang members and start thinking about right and wrong, people. That's why they inject all this race stuff, so and religious division is so that they can put you in your group and not make it about being a moral person. It's so fundamental. That's why they inject all this race stuff. That's why they hype it 24/7. I'm going to come back and go to Steve, Joe, William, Jim, Good Crisis, and others. The toll-free number to join us in this hour is 800-259-9231. But I have prayed multiple times daily on my knees. I don't normally pray on my knees, folks. I usually sit in a chair, at like 5 a.m. in the morning and pray. When I wake up and feel moved by the Spirit, that's when it generally happens, this incredible discernment. But I have just felt moved to get on my knees and ask God to open the eyes of people so we can repent.
Now you can watch the InfoWars Nightly News streaming live as it happens for free.
Check it out at Infowars.com/show.
Nice. I mean, my whole deal is I'm not into the religion of hating Israel. But, man, it makes it really hard to just mildly criticize Israel and then to have, the ADL, groups like that say, oh, Jones must be anti-Semitic. And, to see the media, it's a country. And I think it's embarrassing for Israel, too. And it's very embarrassing to people that have not been anti-Israel. You can debate whether it was good to found Israel or what's happened since or some of the colonial policies and things like that. But I don't hate Israel. And I've had friends and family that have been to Israel, so the people are really nice, and they've gone to some of the other countries, and they say it's not as anybody with half a brain would do. And it's so offensive when I'm watching CNN or whatever to see all these flags everywhere, and then to have Kerry going, oh, there's no Al-Qaeda. Remember last week in the House hearing, there's no Al-Qaeda. And then Putin starts laughing at him going, what an incredible liar. And it really is embarrassing for my... During the breaks on the TV feed, we put Infowars.com up. We put up PrisonPlanet.com, some of the other websites, our Twitter, Real Alex Jones, Facebook and things. and I'll be looking at the images from the news, and I know what the Al-Qaeda, Bin Laden Brigade, and different jihadi flags are. The black flags, what they say in Arabic. I've learned the flag of my enemy.